I've already posted a few videos on my channel about volleyball rules. I was waiting for the current edition of the rulebook to be finalized so I could release updated content. Meanwhile, as an ordinary volleyball fan, I thought the rules hadn't changed much, but reality turned out to be a bit harsher. It turns out that in the secret offices of the International Volleyball Federation, key changes to the rules are made and only a select few know about them. What am I talking about? The FIVB regularly releases guidelines for referees, meaning edits can be made to the rules without the average volleyball fan, or even professional players, realizing unless they've been specifically briefed. I managed to find referee guidelines that are already in effect and will remain relevant in the near future. I'd like to share the most interesting ones with you. What secrets is the International Volleyball Federation keeping from us? Let's dive in and figure it out. I want to start with a rule that I think should have been removed from volleyball altogether. Instead, it's been highlighted and given even more significance: the screen. The most recent official version of the rules made it nearly impossible to execute a screen in violation of the rules. But now, the new referee guidelines aim to discourage players from using this tactical element. Here's how. If the referee sees that players are intentionally obstructing their opponent's visibility by forming a screen, they must warn the players. If the players ignore this, the screen will be called and a point awarded to the opposing team. Please don't ask how to determine whether a screen is intentional. It's usually quite obvious. Yes, players often gather near the net, but this is generally to reposition themselves after the ball is put into play. This can be done without setting up an actual screen. Now, for my favorite part of the latest referee guidelines. Something that for a long time was considered a volleyball myth, superstition, or even a joke is now a reality. It's now officially prohibited to raise your arms above your head when your team is serving. The most you can do is rest your hands on your head to protect yourself from the ball. How did we survive without this rule before? Volleyball will never be the same. One section of the referee document gave me some valuable insight. During last season's international competitions, especially in the Nations League, referees frequently called out teams for rotation violations. Why? It's simple. According to the official rules, players can only switch positions after the server has hit the ball, not after the toss. This is written in the official rulebook, but the referee guidelines now emphasize that no team should gain an advantage by moving early. This crackdown on early movement explains the sudden rise in violations. After years of getting used to certain habits, it's tough to change them. So, make sure to switch positions only after the ball is struck, not during the toss. Referees, however, are now allowed to be more lenient in situations that can extend rallies and make the game more exciting to watch. What does this mean? For example, if the setter has to sprint or jump near the net to reach the ball and makes a slight error in their set, the referee doesn't have to call it a violation, given the difficult circumstances. The same applies if a player is chasing the ball or making quick movements to save it. Slight errors in ball handling can be overlooked if the effort to keep the play alive is evident. As you probably know, the first contact when receiving or defending can be made with any touch, even consecutive touches by the same player, as long as there's no obvious catching or throwing of the ball. So don't be surprised by such situations during matches. There are two more things I want to discuss. First is attacking on the opponent's side of the court, or rather, how not to do it. If you start your attacking motion on your side of the court and finish on your opponent's side, that's fine. However, if you initiate your attack while already over the opponent's side, don't be surprised if it's called a violation. That said, even if you start your attack on your side and finish on the opponent's, be careful not to hold the ball too long, as that could also be called a fault. Finally, let's talk about preparing to serve. The referee is no longer required to wait for you to fully face the court before blowing the whistle to signal that you can serve. If you've received the ball and are behind the end line, be ready. The whistle can come at any moment. This is meant to speed up the game and make it more dynamic for spectators. That's it for now. This video might be short, but I think these rule changes are essential for everyone to know, not just referees. Ideally, these referee guidelines should be published alongside the main rulebook, so players aren't left wondering why they're being penalized. I really hope you found this video helpful and that you'll show your support with a like. As always, this has been Nick with you. Love what you do and you'll definitely succeed. See you soon. Bye.